Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Diana's Treasures, a day in the life of an estate appraiser and liquidator. I'm here with my husband, Perry Mitrano.
Yes, hi, good morning on auctioneers. I always have to remind you, we're auctioneers too.
Well, the name of the company is Diana Minotti Fine Art Antiques and Collectibles. So we have lots of fun items to show you today, and we have a wonderful guest. Perry, you want to introduce?
So before we get to the guests, let me just make sure everybody knows where we're located. 15 Palm Harbor Village Way, right here in the beautiful city of Palm Coast, Florida. 32137. Coming down on that 95, just punch in antique shops and we will pop right at the top of your Google search. And you could stop in and see all those fine treasures. These are the pieces that Diana selects exclusively to come to the Fine Art Antiques and Collectibles shop, and you'll be able to see beautiful artwork. Diana refers to it as a gallery. I refer to it as a shop. And when you get there, you'll be able to see it. And yes, we do have a wonderful guest, personal friends of ours, Dr. Joe Saviak. Diana, why don't you do the introduction?
Well, we have a litany of titles, and we so appreciate you spending us time with us as professor, consultant, executive, attorney, and author.
That's amazing.
Author is on my list of things to do. Right. I got a book in me.
It's wonderful to be with you on the show. I love the show, and so it's a thrill to be part of it today.
Terrific.
Well, Joe, the reason why we have you here is because Diana had this idea that that we wanted to really talk about the industry, business itself. Being that you are a business consultant, a lot of times your services are what small businesses could really use, not just for the sake of learning how to organize and so on and so forth, but if you want to grow your business, a little strategic planning, so on and so forth. So give us that. Tell me about yourself and who you are, and where you are, and everything, Joe.
Exactly. Let's. I want to share strategies for success for your business today. Best practices. I would say to all businesses, and 2020 certainly proved the truth of this axiom: change is the constant. In the 21st century, you're going to be leading change. Either you'll lead change or change will lead you. And so 2020, as very difficult as it was a good preview of the type of disruptive change we're going to have in the 21st century. I would recommend that businesses ask themselves a series of questions, and these are good ones from Dr. Peter Drucker. Who is our customer? What does our customer consider to be of value? What is our business? Who are our non-customers? What product and service lines are growing or shrinking, right? In other words, you want to develop a business plan. It needs to be research driven. You have to understand what specific factors are shaping our market and consumer attitudes and the purchase decision. And so from that, I would develop a business plan, and it should detail key elements like mission, goals, objectives, marketing, sales, pricing, product development, production process, your administrative apparatus and systems, overhead, cash flow. You want to cover all the key elements. I think one of the challenges of most of our businesses in America are smaller businesses. But one of the challenges is somebody may have a neat idea, but they need to spend that time thinking it through and make sure that they do this systematically and they develop a plan that's going to propel them to success and help them sustain that success.
Well, we've pivoted quite a bit. COVID was definitely a turning point for us. We ramped up our online sales at that point because people weren't coming out. They felt more comfortable ordering online. So between our eBay, Poshmark, Shopify, and Marketplace, we really increased our presence in that regard. What hurts us is shipping. Shipping is a tough one. We're not Amazon. We can't do it for free. So that is something that we've had to.
Well, we're not the only ones.
Somehow,
I mean, everyone that ships has the same problem.
Oh, you got to figure a way. You got to, how do you make it work?
Customers have to just buy into the fact that they're paying for shipping.
And a lot of our clientele has changed. Prior to COVID, we had a lot of little old lady antiquer ladies that they would buy out for their booths and their shops and everything, or they were pickers and bring it elsewhere. But that whole population, that older generation, has just vanished, whether they've died off, moved, retired. Retirement is huge. What we're seeing in this baby boomer surge. So a lot of that has changed in who our buyers are. So we're constantly, this is a daily conversation, Joe. This is
Absolutely.
not for us.
Well,
This is a daily conversation.
and you're proving the point that times change and successful businesses change with them. And it's really a function of, do I have the right leadership, culture, and team? And those organizations that are able to adapt, which is going to be the norm in the 21st century, they're going to prosper, right? Some other best practices that I would share to ensure your business success. Hiring is everything. It's the old Collins line. You got to get the right people on the bus. You got to get them in the right seats on the bus, right? Identify who you need for your mission goals and objectives. Study pipelines and pools of talent. Where do my top employees come from, right? How do I recruit and retain them? What works and what doesn't? You can get best practices that are widely available. That in other words, you don't have to invent the wheel. We already know how to do this. What attracts and retains the right employees? Retention of the right employees is a major competitive advantage. I mean, who wants to spend a ton of time, money, and effort recruiting employees for their competitors, right?
Exactly.
It's just not a winning business model. So I always say hire character, strengthen skills, teach subjects. And when you get them on board, identify what their goals and interests are and develop career paths with them. So it's not a job, but this is going to be a career with you, right? Never micromanage. That hurts productivity, efficiency, morale, teamwork, culture. Provide continuous feedback to the team, real time, actionable information, so they can make those changes and excel in their roles. And strive to become the model employer. It really is in the 21st century a competition for talent. And if you have the right leadership culture and you're employing the right strategies, you'll have access to that talent, you'll retain the talent, and you will prosper.
We have on the show today Dr. Joe Saviak of SaviakConsulting.com. And Joe is a wonderful teacher, mentor, and leader. And what happens also is the local governments hire you to train executives in their organization. You do a specific training for them so that their leadership can lead their people within their departments, and that's important because government work sometimes is more brutal than private industry on occasion.
It's all about ensuring that every member of the team can deliver everything they should in the way of public services and programs as effectively and efficiently as possible. And so you do have to have the right leadership, culture, team, mission, alignment. Your operations and organization need to match your objectives. Some other suggestions I might make is if you're in business, become active with the business groups and professional associations. It's a good way to access relationships and resources that can help your business. And also, too, take time out to share your experience and knowledge with our public policymakers. They would benefit from hearing from the business community when they're preparing legislation and regulation. Strive to have a culture of customer service. I was once in a restaurant, and they're it's like a breakfast diner is their model, and it was superb customer service. And so then I asked, I said, can I see the manager? And I said, this is great customer service. Tell me how you're doing it. And he said, well, this is key to our success. In fact, we're opening 30 new locations this year. How did you know? And I said, because this is stellar customer service. And he showed me their training and the coaches and their whole process and system there. So customer service is key. Don't get me wrong. Price and quality matter, but I'm sure you found in your business and your industry, having that personal touch and understanding the customer and connecting with them and relating to them and being proactive and addressing their needs and being polite, professional, engaging, it makes a big difference.
Well, I'm going to boast right now like a proud mother. We have an A team. The people that work for us are stellar. I mean, we get compliments all the time about how wonderful they were in helping them select an item, packing that item, loading their car, delivering that item, setting it up at their house. This is a very personal business, especially on the estate sales side of it, going into somebody's home. You're going through their drawers, their closets, and half of the projects, the people are still living there. They're there. It's not always that they've either passed on or they've moved and they give me the key and see ya, write me a check. So it's a very, very personal experience, and going through their things and then trying to sort out what was really important and what's going to shine. I try to make it that it's a great send off to anyone who's just leaving the community or that they've left this earth. So that it's more of a positive celebration, and all of these collections and their things. It's got to have a positive.
We have two segments of this really, and when you said things, we have lots of things to show, and we're going to get to that in show and tell in just a moment. But we also have the shop, which also has a different. And Joe, you referenced that earlier. When you went into the restaurant, it's all about how people come in, how they feel. They like the appearance, right? Like when you go in a businessman's office and you go and you see the desk, right? You in a minute, based on your experience, know exactly what you're looking at getting started to get someone back on track or getting their business going in a better direction just from the desk of that executive, okay? So we got a bunch of things here for show and tell from executive office. And but when you come into the shop, again, you come in, it's a nice place, it's beautiful, it feels good. And we have to treat that customer that comes in like they're looking for something personal, something absolutely
Well, it's
personal.
the hunt. A lot of people love that hunt. They're looking for that special treasure, whether it's for themselves or as a gift. So we brought in items today that some of it's on my desk, that I can't live without.
That'll be an interesting observation for Dr. Joe here, your desk. Okay. So I guess we're moving into show and tell. Joe,
You do have a lovely shop. And what I really like about it is each room is really engaging and exciting. There's different types of themes in each room that you visit. And as you're walking through, and it makes it a really enjoyable, interesting, and engaging experience.
It's the antique IKEA plan. Like every room you go in, it's different.
But we try to keep all the walls free and put the artwork there. So the furniture kind of creates these rooms, because it's really one big open space. I mean, the front to the back, but we try to create these vignettes and rooms with the furniture as you kind of go through. And it can be a maze, but it changes. It changes. Wait till you see what they've done, what came in.
I briefly looked, but I was so busy running.
And you
through.
excel in customer service. People feel they really receive that personal touch. You know your clients, you understand them, you want to make them happy, you want to give them the benefit of all your expertise, knowledge, and experience. It makes for a very positive experience to visit your store.
We do. Well, we're going to move into.
And just one other point on that, Joe, is that a lot of people, when they are asking me to liquidate their collection, they'll say, well, what is it worth? Because maybe I'll just keep it if I'm not really going to get a lot of money for it. Or if there's something really special here, maybe I will keep it. Sometimes people don't realize what they even have themselves or that they've inherited. So to go in with connoisseurship and kind of sift through their things and discuss these items. And if it's, because I know a lot of people will say to me, well, why are you asking me? I know, but they want to know, why am I asking them all these questions? I want to know, where did you grow up?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you travel? Where did you go to school? Because when I find these items, it'll give me an idea of what continent we're talking about.
Sure.
There's a lot of army brats. They've lived all over. They've collected all over. So it's just a fun.
So let's get to your desk, okay? Because if Joe came in your office at the house and saw your desk,
right.
I don't know what he'd say.
These are all beautiful and interesting items.
Well, we have something actually to show that that goes in line with your being an attorney, which of course I'll have to handle. It's very delicate. But go ahead, Diana. What do you got?
Well, this is one of my favorites. It's a brass. We got to change the date though, because it shifted in the car. It's a perpetual calendar. And
Is that good
I
enough?
love that. And what it reminds me to do every time I sit at my desk is to change it. And when so many days have gone by that I haven't been at my own, and this is in my home office desk, so it's a reminder of, oh, I haven't spent enough time here. This remember the magic 8 ball? You'd ask it a question, shake it up. Well, this one, you'd ask it a question, and it's a spin dial. So why don't you ask a question, Perry?
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Let's see. What is Perry going to be doing in 2026?
No, that's not. It's got
It's
to
a
be a
yes or
yes or
no?
no kind of
Okay.
question.
All right. I don't know.
How about will my business be successful?
Okay, let's see. Will the business be successful? Let's see. It fell in the middle. So I guess we got to pivot. All right, let's move on. Next.
I have a Waterford letter opener.
Waterford is, of course, the glass maker in Ireland.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
and I think
beautiful.
you had grabbed some other ones that are from the gallery.
Well, is that not a Waterford?
No, that is Princess House.
Okay, whose Princess House is that?
It's
English?
another glass. It's a contemporary glass manufacturer.
These
but
would
it,
all be beautiful items to have on your business desk,
on your
your
desk,
office desk.
exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
Jimmy Petronas, the former CFO of the state, who's now a congressman, said they were renovating his office and he had an antique inkwell on his desk, and we found this antique inkwell. And
I thought you sent this to
I
him.
haven't had a chance to.
Jeez.
I don't know where he is. He's either in Washington or here. And this is an antique inkwell back way back in the maybe in mid 18.
The days of
Hundreds and so-
dipping a quill in ink to write.
Right. Okay. Then of course there's paperweights. People have paperweights on their. This is a baccarat.
We've had,
Paper.
and we've had quite a bit of Orifors and a Lalique, Baccarat, Swarovski, the Italian Murano. There's quite a bit in the front window. We have two towers and a shelf, an etagere, full of glass objects for the desk. You had to get that New York apple in there.
Yeah, we had to do that, and that's still sterling, maybe sterling on top.
Yeah.
And these are things. These are wonderful gifts to give to people, executives, because it's like something they actually will use. Believe it or not.
Well, on anybody's desk.
And we have
Well, and people want an attractive desk, and this is
Yeah.
makes that happen.
and this is a plaque. You could put someone's name in here. And
It's an
and,
onyx base, and then you have the pen holders. You could do the pen and pencil set or a pen with a fountain pen set.
Let's talk about. Okay, Diana, this was interesting. This is
That is an ink blotter. So back in the day, when you would write with a fountain pen, in order so not to smudge or smear, you would then sprinkle it with a little powder, and then they would put a blotting paper, and then you would use this to blot out the excess. And this is in the shape of an elephant, but we've had others. We've had horses.
That's fairly new. That's a reproduction, but this one, this is a probably Victorian era, you would say.
Well,
Letter opener and
no, I'd say early
and scissor.
20th century.
Okay, so really nice.
I have a nice one like that with the signs of the zodiac
Again,
on it.
really nice gifts if you wanted to give an executive something that.
Now
It's a really unique and memorable items.
now you know what I wish I didn't sell. Do you remember when we had the Tiffany desk set? It was the desk blotter,
That was really nice.
the paper blotter, the pen holder, the letter opener, the magnifying glass.
This is a
I'm sure that was
samurai.
spectacular.
Oh my gosh, it is definitely, and I look for it all the time. We've been watching. Have you been watching the show, The Gilded Age on is it?
I need
PBS?
to check it out.
It is stunning. The
Samurai
amount
letter
of
opener.
accoutrements, the Victorian era turning into the century.
These are both resin letter openers. turn of the century, right, on this one, you would think?
No, I think that's a little later.
A little later,
Yeah.
and this is, probably,
African.
60s, series. Okay. Then some of these things are going to be a little heavy. Okay, these are marble or onyx.
Well, probably an
Bookends.
onyx.
Everybody needs a bookend on their desk, even if it's for like 5 minutes.
Well, and onyx comes in so many colors. We have a set like that at home of their actual books, and they're in a pink onyx.
All right,
It comes
what
in a
is this
white
crazy thing right here?
and a brown. You don't know what that crazy thing is?
No, what is it?
There
it's an
you go.
inkwell? Inkwell holder.
No, it's an incense burner.
Okay.
So you would use the little cones,
and
the
the
little
person's going to
incense.
put this on their desk and burn incense?
Yes, you want to bring.
Bring the sage back in the room? Right.
Yeah, all these
Yes.
items though can make your desk distinctive,
Fresh.
and
I love it.
and whatever matches your personality, and definitely gives the desk and the office character.
And this is sterling silver.
That has coins. I
yeah.
use it as a coaster on my desk for my hot tea. But look at the dates on those coins. They're really early.
Hard to see them.
I don't know. I don't know how they did that.
They were like 1860, 1873. Very
I love the
interesting.
old metal.
What is the tiger?
No, that's a money frog.
A money frog. Okay. You
Chinese
definitely want to
culture.
have that on your desk.
Yes, you do. Yes.
All
you
right.
do.
And then we brought in an encyclopedia because, Dr. Joe grew up on encyclopedias. And you were talking about how our parents, like,
With the World Book and Britannica.
it cost a
yeah.
lot of money to
Yeah.
do, right?
And you had your encyclopedia, your thesaurus.
This is a Bible encyclopedia.
Oh,
So someone
awfully
bought-
different.
Oh, it's
you get
it's
volume
valuable to
one
have
through-
excellent reference resources in your office.
And I loved growing up as a kid with my Encyclopedia Britannica. I don't know which set you
How's
had,
that, Joe?
World Book,
but mine was red, white, and blue. It was gold pages
right?
on the end. The interior, when you opened it up, had a marbleized paper. And then the illustrations were dynamite. I love that. And mine set had all of the presidents. Each volume had a different president
Why did you make me bring this one?
because it was on the desk at the gallery.
So it's another desk.
Well, I mean, it's a piece of it's a
Gotcha.
bronze
And-
sculpture.
And what's neat about the antiques is, as you note, you're able to relive very positive memories and experiences that you've had during life. And these items, evoke those special times and events and relationships. And
I don't know. Can you see this one, Mark? Because I'm going to build muscle mass here.
All right.
All right. Quickly, what is this?
Well, if you have a very large desk, like a bureaucrat or a partner's desk, this would be on the center. And you see here this scooped opening, and that is to put your implements, whether it be
And
your
what is-
writing.
What is this right here?
This is an inkwell on this side. And you
Okay.
can put the quills in the middle.
And they're all a herd of elephants.
they're bronze on a onyx base.
It's onyx. all
It's
right?
very, very heavy.
Oh my God.
It's absolutely spectacular.
it's
Again,
beautiful.
That is from Edith's
We only have a
collection.
couple of more pieces here. These are bronze bookends,
My absolute favorite is bookends.
little cherubs. Right? Pair of
They
those.
look great on our office shelf.
And
Wait a second.
they come in bronze. You could get spelter, brass.
I love this. This I don't know if you could see this, but this is burl wood. I mean, and I'm going to try to get
That's
it
a
to the
beautiful
camera
letter
where you
holder.
can you see how beautiful the burl is of the wood from the tree, and it's a really nice letter opener, a letter holder, on the desk. It just brings class to your desk. This is just a piece of wood that they carved this out of. Absolutely amazing.
That is stunning.
And then last but not least,
No, I still have a couple of things over here.
Okay,
Go ahead. What do you got?
we're running Mark here. This is in honor of our guest, who's an attorney. We have
Scales of Justice,
the Scales of Justice.
outstanding.
Okay.
And those are with the little French crystals. We had another one at the gallery that was all in brass. We have another one in pressed glass. So you have the spelter or brass bottom with a marble base Isn't that something?
It's beautiful, but I know that the attorneys particularly like the one with the blind, the statue of.
Oh, well,
You
we've
know,
had that too.
and if I could make one note, now's a perfect time to get out and shop and buy. The Florida economy is strong. We're the 15th largest economy on the planet. We have no state or local income tax, AAA credit rating, our finances as a state. Same crime rate in 1971 is the same crime rate today, even though we've added 18 million residents. Um, and in Flagler County, you live in one of the safest communities, thanks to Sheriff Staley and the Flagler County Sheriff's Office in the country. You have good
And we
schools.
were honored to have him on here. We had him on here too.
That's awesome. You have good schools. You have a high quality of life, and I really, you can feel it out there that the economy is now strengthening and getting stronger and better. And I would encourage individuals to get out and shop.
Joe, one more time, tell us the easiest way for someone to get a hold of you is.
Via my website, which would be www.drjoesaviak.com, drjoesaviak.com.
All right. So, and then of course all good attorneys and judges have a gavel, and this is Diana's crystal gavel.
Well, that's because we're auctioneers.
Well,
We're colonels.
That too. We are colonels. They
And you are
consider-
fantastic auctioneers. I've been to your auctions, and it's just an amazing experience.
They're fun. Perry
You're really
loves
gifted.
to get people in the audience involved.
You definitely know how to engage your audience and get them energized and excited about the auction.
All right. So now I promised you to tell you about this last item because this was in an estate sale, and it is called a Daruma doll. And it is a Japanese, it's paper mache. You can buy them on eBay. They're all over the place for $10, $15. But my client was also a business consultant, and he had it on his desk. And he said, "You need to have one of these." And I said, "Well, why is it missing an eye?" And he said, "Because when you finish your project or you attain that goal, you then color in the other eye."
Ah.
And it is something that I don't want to color in that eye because you always have another
Creating a
goal,
goal.
and you're always striving for the next project and the next thing. But I do keep it on my desk, the Daruma doll.
Well, sadly, we're at the end of the segment, and it's time for you to wrap it up.
Oh, I'll
as
wrap it up
fast
quickly.
as you can.
All righty.
I've had a wonderful time with you. Thank you very much for allowing me to join the show today.
We're so honored to have you, Joe. Really,
We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. DianaFineArt.com. You can subscribe to the newsletter. We have buttons on there to pick up on our eBay store, Shopify, Poshmark, and Marketplace. There's a YouTube button so you can watch this show as a podcast and all of our previous shows. This is our 26th show. So we have lots of good information and community involvement. The next estate sale is in Matanzas Lakes. It is private by appointment for it's a gated community. So if you're interested, please text me and we'll call you back and we'll discuss the items. You can see them online. The new arrivals at the gallery are from the Pioneers of Palm Coast. Last week's sale, I mean, this is how it changes, and this is what's fun about the business. Last week's sale was the Pioneers of Palm Coast, the first 200 houses in Palm Coast.
Wow.
There was nothing new in that house after 1978,
Sure.
honestly. This weekend's sale at Matanzas Lakes, it's a brand new construction. When you walk in the door, you can smell the paint. That's how fresh it is. Unfortunately, the woman passed, and so her family has hired me to liquidate the collection. But it's all brand new things, brand new. Lennox and crystal and
I'm sure people
furniture.
will find fantastic buys. And like I said earlier, your auctions are a really neat experience for someone to participate in.
Well, when we do them, yeah, absolutely. Especially the charity auctions. When we love doing the sheriff's.
You do a lot for the community, and we're very grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And just to lead off on the Estate Planning Council, we are on vacation July and August, but we resume back in September. So if you're a professional in the estate planning field, attorneys, accountants, guardians,
And this is what Joe was talking about. If you're in a business, you should belong to your
Bankers.
association or
So
Yes.
contact one of us on the
get you
board.
leads.
It's the Estate Planning Council of the Fun Coast, which is the Flagler Volusia chapter. My cohort, Fernanda Haley, she's a senior VP at PNC Private Bank. Her and I have been putting together, we're getting revved up for the fall and spring 2026 programs. So that wraps it up. Thank you so much. Wonderful show.
Thanks,
and
Joe.
thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mark, like always. Thank you.
And I would urge everyone to visit your shop.
Thank you very much. 15 Palm Harbor Village Way, Palm Coast. Thank you.